This isn't your dad's classic rock list. These are the records that never made the charts, but changed everything anyway. Forgotten, overlooked, and decades ahead of their time. Welcome to Rock Lore, where we dig up the lost legends of rock and roll and tell the stories the radio never did. We kick it off with one of America's most genuine blues rock bands, Canned Heat. By 1970, the band was already known for festival anthems and heavy blues jams, but Future Blues, that one flew under the radar. This album shows the band evolving, tighter sound, sharper production, still dripping with that raw, road-worn soul. It's got the energy of a barroom jam and the grit of a cross-country road trip. If you think you know blues rock, Future Blues will surprise you. Question for you, why do you think albums this good get forgotten while others live forever? Next, we blast off into early metal territory with Sir Lord Baltimore and their thunderous debut, Kingdom Come. Imagine the aggression of Led Zeppelin mixed with the chaos of early punk, 2 years before punk was even a word. These guys were ahead of their time, too heavy for radio, too wild for the charts. Critics didn't know what to do with them, but today they're hailed as proto-metal pioneers. If you love Sabbath or even early Motorhead, this album will hit like a freight train. So, ever heard a record that sounded like it came from the future? From the smoky pubs of England came Leafhound, a band that played heavy before heavy metal even had a name. Their album Growers of Mushroom is now a collector's holy grail. It's that rare. But more than that, it's raw fire, fuzzy guitars, massive riffs, no studio polish, just pure energy. It's the sound of youth, sweat, and rebellion pressed into vinyl. The record tanked commercially, but decades later it's seen as a blueprint for stoner rock. Think of it like the bridge between Cream and early Queens of the Stone Age.
5, 6, 7.
Progressive rock had giants like Yes and Genesis, but Nectar, they were the underground's best-kept secret. Their concept album, Remember the Future, tells a sci-fi story with flowing, hypnotic music that feels like one long dream. They didn't have big label money or flashy radio singles, just ideas that reached way beyond the charts. This is the kind of record that grows on you, the kind that rewards patience and imagination. So tell me, are you the kind of listener who digs a concept album, or do you skip to the hits? You might know Argent for Hold Your Head Up, but All Together Now is packed with deep cuts that show just how creative these guys were. Former Zombies keyboardist Rod Argent leads a mix of prog, soul, and arena rock that feels both brainy and groovy. It's that perfect 70s sound, Hammond organs, thick bass, and harmonies that make your spine tingle. Sadly, outside of one hit single, the rest of this album stayed in the shadows. If you like early Deep Purple or Traffic, this record deserves a spin. Before Bowie gave them all the young dudes, Mott the Hoople were pure grit and chaos. Brain Capers captures that raw, street-level rock energy that most bands only dream of. It's messy, emotional, and alive. A perfect snapshot of a band on the edge of breaking big, but still playing like they've got nothing to lose. Critics didn't get it at the time, but fans now call it one of their most honest records. Ever love an album that sounds like it might fall apart any second, but that's what makes it great. Guitar hero Frank Marino doesn't get enough credit. Child of the Novelty is his electric playground, a hard psych journey filled with Hendrix-inspired licks, long solos, and cosmic themes. It's wild but melodic, spiritual yet full of swagger. Marino played like a man possessed, and even though critics brushed him off as another Hendrix clone, his tone and technique are unreal. This record is proof that being underrated doesn't mean being unworthy.
This is where to send you. It's easy to go.
Here's one that should have been massive. Big Star's #1 record. It had everything: melody, emotion, hooks, and heart. Alex Chilton and Chris Bell crafted some of the most perfect pop rock songs of the 70s.
And stand you in a row, but you know you don't have to around.
But bad distribution and bad luck buried it. Still, generations of artists, from REM to The Replacements, later cited this album as life-changing.
No one going to turn me around.
So if you've never heard #1 record, do yourself a favor, listen. You'll hear where half of modern indie rock came from. Now this one, this is where things get cosmic. Captain Beyond were like a supergroup of forgotten legends, ex-members of Deep Purple, Iron Butterfly, and Johnny Winter's band. Their debut album is an explosion of tight musicianship. Prog rock meets heavy metal with time changes that keep you on your toes. Too complex for radio, too smart for the mainstream, and that's what makes it timeless.
But it just ain't right. Stars flying.
Listening to Captain Beyond feels like getting lost in space with a stack of riffs as your only map. This British trio delivered one of the darkest, most brilliant blues rock albums of the decade. Split is raw emotion, a record about mental breakdown, confusion, and survival. Frontman Tony McPhee's guitar tone cuts through like a scream in a storm. Pure, honest pain turned into sound. It didn't chart high, but its influence runs deep. Even today, underground rockers cite it as a masterpiece. If you ever wanted to hear what the blues sounds like when the walls close in, Split is that feeling on wax. Now we head to Japan for a true hidden gem. Flower Travellin Band Satori is one of the most mind-bending records of the era. Heavy, spiritual, and psychedelic all at once. This album fuses Japanese scales with hard rock power. It's not just music, it's an experience, like a trance that pulls you somewhere ancient and wild. Outside Japan, almost no one heard it in the 70s, but musicians across the world later discovered its genius. If you're into Sabbath, Floyd, or Zeppelin, this one will change how you think about global rock. At the top of our list, we've got the Flamin Groovies and their underrated classic Teenage Head, released the same year as Sticky Fingers by the Stones. Critics later said this album outstoned the Stones. It's got attitude, swagger, and bluesy punch, but with a raw power pop edge that would later inspire punk and garage rock scenes everywhere. Yet at the time, hardly anyone bought it. The band was too American for British critics and too British sounding for US radio. But history has been kind. Teenage Head is now hailed as one of the greatest lost rock albums of the 1970s, a record that carried the spirit of rebellion without ever needing the fame. So tell me, how many of these albums have you actually heard, and which one are you adding to your playlist tonight? The journey doesn't end here, rock warrior. Watch this next.